I'm currently in a taper week and I'm running less miles, doing less workouts, which leads me to be more anxious in general, and I'm trying to relax. So, as part of this process of tapering, I've decided to do more planning for my race day. In this video, I will talk about my fueling plans, my pacing plans, and the things I'm going to wear for my races. Okay, so I'm going to go over some of my fueling strategies for my upcoming races. So with the Goofy Challenge, I'm doing 2 races. I'm doing a half marathon on Saturday and I'm doing a full marathon on Sunday. So for the half marathon, I'm going to get up just as early. It's technically a half an hour later, but I don't know why I mess around. Before my half marathon, before all my long runs, I eat a granola bar of some sort. These Cliff Bars are really good. Usually before my long runs, actually even all my runs, I have one of these UCAN bars. I like the UCAN bars for like my easy runs and my speed intervals because they have fewer calories. And I just need a little something before I go. And I'm also having coffee creamer, so I get more carbs than that. But before races, I do a Cliff Bar, and I really like them. I digest them well. They have 40 grams of carbs in there, so they get me off on a good start. I can't eat anything too heavy before racing because then I get a lot of cramps. Then I'll arrive at the race, and for my half marathon, I need far fewer gels. I will start with a Morton 100 with caffeine. I don't have any Mortons right now. I need to go pick them up at the store, so I can't show you, but they're the little white packets. I'll do one of those at the start line, and then I'll do a goo at 3 miles. I'll do honey stingers. I've been training with bonk breakers, but the Disney races provide honey stinger chews, and I've used those at the Wine and Dine, and I know that I tolerate them well. So I'll do the honey chews that they provide at 6 or 7 miles, and then I'll have another goo around 12 miles, and that's typically good enough to get me through a half marathon. And then that evening I'll have a nice high carb meal to prepare me for the next day as well. On marathon morning, I'm going to have a Cliff Bar. I usually eat Bobo's granola bars for my very long runs, but I'm out of them and they're not my favorite. I don't eat them very frequently, and so I'm just going to do a Cliff Bar and a UCAN bar. I tried this on my 22 mile run, and it worked well. This gives me about 60 grams of carbs ahead of my race, and I feel like this one gives me more quick carbs, and then the UCAN is cornstarch based. It gives me more long-acting carbs. And when I arrive at the race, I will wait my turn, and I will start with a Morton 100 calf at the start line. At 30 minutes, I'll do a Morton 160. That's a little higher carb. It has 40 in there. And then at 60 minutes, I will do another goo. Around this 60 to 70 minute time is when I'll pick up the honey stingers. I don't know, the map says it's at about 6.5 miles, and I couldn't factor it into my race. So I'll grab one for later. Then at an hour and a half, I'll do another goo at 2 hours, which should be around the 13, maybe 14 mile mark. I don't know how fast I'm gonna go, but at 2 hours, I'll do another Cliff Bar. I'm gonna pack it in my pack. I have found on my very long runs, anything past like 16 miles, that around that 14 mile mark, my stomach starts to get really grumbly. So like it wants food, and though I'm giving it plenty of carbs and it's being fueled appropriately, my blood sugar is fine, my stomach just wants something with more substance to it. And so I've practiced at gas stations having like breakfast burritos or like one of those little torpedoes you can get at Circle K, something like that. And so I can tolerate substantial food. I just won't have any options at the race. So I'm going to bring a Cliff Bar. I tried that on my 22-mile run. I had a Cliff Bar at 14 miles and it worked really well. Because this has a little more stuff in it. Like it has some protein. It's 10 grams of protein. It has 8 grams of fat. So it's not just carbs, and it fills that grumbly feeling in my belly. Then at 2 hours and 30 minutes, I'm going to do another GU. At 3 hours, I'm going to do the honey stingers that I picked up earlier in the race. Those have 40 grams of carbs each, so they're more carb full. And I think that's going to be more important towards the end of the race. At 3:30, I'll do another Morton with 100 calf to give me an extra caffeine boost. At 4 hours, I'll do another honey stingers. There's another pickup somewhere around this time of honey stingers. I'm going to grab another bag of those because it has more carbs. Hopefully help me with this last little bit. Because by this point at 4 hours, I'm going to be reaching the point in which I usually finish my long runs, so the 22 mile range, but I'll still have more time to go. And so I feel like some more carbs at this point will be helpful. At 4 hours and 30 minutes, I'll do another GU. At 5 hours, depending on where I'm at in the race, I may do another GU. I'd like to finish the marathon in 5 hours. So if I'm just about to cross over the finish line, I'm not going to do another GU. If I still have another mile or two, I'll probably do a GU. And so I broke this down with these specific things, and that gives me 321 grams of carbs, and in a 5-hour marathon, that's 64 grams per hour, which is about what I was hoping for. If I end up pushing this a little farther, it's going to be a little less, but I think this is a good range. I have been practicing my long runs with about 50 grams per hour, and I have noticed that I do feel more tired towards the end. I mean, there's no avoiding that, but I am wondering if adding more carbs will help. So my pre-race fueling, I obviously plan to do a 3-day carb load. I practiced this for my half marathon, the Wine and Dine, and it was challenging, but I think it really helped. I don't go crazy on these carb loads because I eat a pretty high carb diet in general. I eat between 350 and 400 grams of carbs per day, just normally. So I shoot for around 550 grams per day in the days leading up to races. So not a huge carb load, but a little more. So the 3-day carb load will be before the half marathon, and then I will obviously eat a nice carb heavy meal the night before the marathon as well. So it'll kind of be a 4-day carb load. So I've been thinking about my pacing strategy for my Goofy Challenge. After tapering, and then I won't have run at all for the 3 days before the half marathon. I'm gonna feel like ramped up and ready to go and ready to give it my all. But I have to make sure that I pace myself in the half marathon so that I preserve that energy that I've built up for the marathon. It's going to be hard for me because I'm going to be excited. It's going to be the first race. The adrenaline's going to be pumping, and I'm going to want to go. I'm go for my half marathon. But I need to remember my pacing strategy because I'm going to be like half walking the half marathon. So I'm thinking like doing some 2-minute walking pace, 2-minute running pace. My goal is to do about a 15-minute mile pace. So very slow so that I have more of my energy for my marathon. Because my marathon is my primary race. It's the goal that I'm trying to finish. I've never finished a marathon. I have finished half marathons. For my marathon pacing, I'm hoping to do a 5-hour marathon. Realistically, it's probably going to be closer to 5:30. But I'm going to start out slower because on my regular training runs, I tend to walk the first half mile or so. And I think that's how I regulate my heart rate so well. But when I do races, I start running from right off the bat, and my heart rate jacks all the way up in the 160s right away. Whereas when I do my training runs, I start walking, and then I do some easy pace, and then my heart rate stays in the 130s, 140s the whole time. And so I don't wear myself out. So I'm going to try something like that. I also think I'm going to do some slower miles when we're in the parks. A lot of the marathon is going to be on the roadways between parks, which is less fun. They have entertainment, but it's less fun. So I think I'm going to walk or light jog when we're in the parks. I think it's like miles 2 and 3 we're in Epcot, and then like 9 and 10 we're in Magic Kingdom, and then like 17, 18 we're in Animal Kingdom, and then barely in Hollywood Studios for like a half mile at like 23, and then in Epcot we'll be there around mile 25 again. And so when we're in the parks, that's when the most magic is going to be felt. And I think that I'll slow down that time, and I'll do more of my like 10:30 pace, 11 pace in between parks when there isn't as much to enjoy. Okay, so I wanted to share what I'm going to wear for my marathon and my half marathon. But the problem is that most of the stuff I'm going to wear is in Florida. We have a camper that we leave in Florida, and since we came back in November 8th from our last trip to Florida, I knew it was going to be cold in Colorado, and I wasn't going to need my tank tops and my shorts. So I left them in Florida, so it's one less thing I have to bring when I go back and forth. But I did buy this shirt, so I'll go over it. You ready? So I bought this shirt, and it says, run all the miles, eat all the snacks. And I got these pair of pants. They're made by Oiselle, I think it's how it's said. And I like them because they have these little pockets here that you can put your gels in. So I can have 4 gels in my little pockets on the side here. And then it has a back pocket here. And I typically keep my catheters in this back pocket here. Like that. So my headphones in this pocket, phone in this pocket. 4 gels, catheters. And then I also have this little pack. When I run at home, for my very long runs, I typically have a vest that I wear because I need my hydration. And on the course at the marathon, I am going to be using the hydration on course, so I won't need to carry water with me. So I've got this little pack. I got it because it can be a crossbody pack that doesn't bounce, but you can wear it like this. I might wear it like this and then flip it in the back so that you can see the design. It can be a crossbody bag like this, and then with this extra little strap here, you clip it here and pull it tight, and then when you run, there's no bounce on the pack. But the problem with this is that it covers the design of the shirt. So I don't know which way I'm going to wear it, but this little pack can hold all the extra things that I don't have in my pockets. Like when I pick up some Honey Stinger chews in the race course, I'll put them in here, and I have like salt tabs, my granola bar, other things I'm not going to stick in my pockets. I'll have in this little pack. For the shorts, these are the Oiselle pants that I wear for my long runs here. I got in the shorts version of them, so they come down to about here, but they have all the same pockets in them. So I'm going to wear those for the marathon. But for the half marathon, I'm going to wear a pair of, I have some just regular shorts I use for all my running workouts in the warm weather. It's the Constantly Varied gear. And they have 2 pockets on each side. That's all I need for a half marathon, especially if I bring the little pouch as well. And then I'm going to wear my Give Kids the World tank top for that. Okay, so as for some of the other things that I'm going to wear, this is the sports bra I wear for my marathon. I have these Injinji socks. And I like these because they're toe socks. And I like having my toes separated and feeling like I can move them independently. So I have a pair of those. I'll wear a pair of these for the marathon and the half marathon. And as for shoes, I have my A6 Mega Blast. I got these. Honestly, I bought them because they're pretty. They have pink and they have purple. I have huge feet. I wear a size 10.5 men's, which is like a 12 and a half women's. And those are hard to find. You can never find them in stock at stores. You almost always have to buy them online, but then you try them on and they don't feel good. I like trying my shoes on in the store. It's really hard to find. I think I do have a pair of Brooks Adrenaline in women's style. And I think my Ultras I have a pair of Ultras that are women's. I tried them on in store though, and I had to order a different color for the size that I wanted. For the color I wanted. But I got these simply because they're pretty. And I had heard really great things about them. And I wanted to love them. But what happens if I run more than a half marathon on them, right here tends to rub against my little toe. And I don't like that. I haven't tried it with regular socks. I've only ever tried it with the Injinji, so maybe having my toes more restricted would work better in this, but I don't care to try. So I'll wear these for the half marathon. And then they'll match the pink shirt of the Give Kids the World tank top I'm wearing as well. So that's a nice touch. And then for the full marathon, I've got these New Balance shoes. I just got them like 2 weeks ago. I did my 22-mile run in them, so I know they're comfortable for that. They're the New Balance Rebel 5. I got them, they're nice and cushioned. When I'm on my feet for 5 or more hours, I like having a lot of cushioning to protect my joints. I also got this because, I don't know if you can pick it up in the video, but it's got like this holographic N. So it's like purple at some angles and blue or green at other angles, and it's really pretty. I like that. So this is what I wear for marathon. So here's it all laid out. Bra, the shirt. These are the constantly varied gear. And I will wear a purpley pair with my Give Kids the World shirt for the half marathon. This is just a representation of what I'm going to wear. I'm going to wear the OSL shorts for the marathon. But I like, one of the things I like about the constantly varied gear is that it has these like rubbery strips so they don't ride up. And then I'll wear Injinji socks. I'll probably wear my blue ones and not these orange ones. And then my shoes. So there you go. It's a breakdown of everything I'm going to wear and do and eat for my marathon and my half marathon. As always, this is a new channel. It's a small channel, and every like and subscribe helps. Comments help too, and if you want to follow my other socials, I have Instagram and Facebook at Erica Run Slow. Thanks so much for watching.